Jai Bhagwan. There are some of you I haven't met. I'm called Ramdas, and this little technique that you can apply, it can be applied to any asana, any posture practice, and so I'll show you two techniques. The first one, we're going to find some strong sensation and then move a little deeper into it so that the sensation becomes very, very intense, but you can still remain completely relaxed with that intensity. So that will be the first technique. The second technique is we'll again find that strong sensation, but instead of moving a little deeper into the pose to feel the intensity, we'll back away, 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 until there's really no intensity at all. You can just barely begin to feel there's some sort of tightness or restriction. And then we'll simply make little movements around that tightness, just to where we can barely feel it. And when even that slightest sensation, that slightest hint of tightness begins to fade away, we'll move just a little deeper until we can barely feel that first little sensation of tightness. And then we'll move a little further. Again, just playing on that first little edge of sensation, continuing to slowly move into where we would have been in the first technique, moving ever deeper and deeper into that area of restriction. What's the purpose of these two techniques? Basically, it's to begin changing your relationship with those strong sensations. It's not to get rid of them. It's not to banish them or melt them or change them in any way, but rather it's really to start changing our relationship with strong sensation. So that instead of having to call it that dense pain body, what has been called pain in the past is simply recognized as an accumulation of sensations. And we're just so gently working with it. And we start to recognize what we've called pain is really the body's signal. Hey, pay attention here. Give some love and attention to this area of the body. Now that's the physical effect. The mental, emotional effect is the same. It's easier to work with physical sensations in the body first, but this technique can be applied to anger, sadness, grief, frustration, you name it. It's a little more difficult to come up against that edge and relax with emotional sensation. But you can do the same thing. Instead of focusing on the emotion of sadness, anger, pain, but you come down into the body. What does sadness feel like in the body? Maybe it's a tightness in the heart or in the throat. What does frustration feel like? Maybe it's a tightness in the neck. And you come down into the sensations in the body, work with those same sensations in the body, and allow the body to do the work. All right. So this is a very simple technique. And again, you can apply this in any pose, in any posture, and in any style of yoga. All right. It is not unique. It's unique to maybe to the way I teach and to the way I have been taught. But it's not something that is usable only in the lineage of yoga that I teach. You can use it at home right now, all right? So let your eyes close and just feel the body. Inhale, extend up the spine. Lift your shoulders up into the ears. And then as you exhale, let the spine stay upright. Release the shoulders down. Feel the effect on breathing. And on the next exhale, let the chin begin dropping down toward the chest until you feel the stretch in the back of the neck and even down the spine toward the center of the back. On the next inhale, begin rotating the ear toward the shoulder. And notice whether you went left or right. It doesn't matter. Just notice you instinctively knew that you needed to move left or you needed to move right. Let the ear come toward the shoulder. Continue to inhale, lifting the chin toward the ceiling. Don't kink the back of the neck. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Exhaling the opposite ear down to the opposite shoulder. Continuing all the way around till the chin comes down toward the chest. And continue one more circuit all the way around. But this time, as soon as you feel an area of tightness, soreness, stop. Line right up on that sensation. Now use very small movements in the head and neck to begin feeling very gently which direction causes this sensation to become stronger. And move slowly into that strong sensation until it becomes very loud, but you can also remain completely relaxed. And as you find that sweet spot where the intensity is very loud and you can still remain completely at ease, you may need to back away from the sensation just a little. Find that sweet spot. As you find the sweet spot, stay right there. Don't move. Feel how each inhale and each exhale moves you in and out of this intensity just a little bit. And stay here for 5 to 10 breaths, not very long. As you feel that sensation change, allow the head and neck to make small movements around that area, feeling for any leftovers. If the sensation becomes much louder, and you can no longer remain at ease with it, back away from the sensation. If the sensation fades away, feel around for those leftovers. Where's some strong sensation left over in that area? And again, repeat the technique. Find the sensation, small movements to move right into the sensation, to where the sensation's very loud, and yet you can remain completely at ease. And then breathe. Feel that natural micro movement caused by breath, in and out. Notice the effect on that intense sensation. And as it fades away, let the chin come back down to the center of the chest. And allow the chin to come back up to a neutral position. Feel the effect in the neck and shoulders. And as you exhale, let the eyes open. So that's the first technique. Find the hot spot, move right to the center of it, to where you can feel the intensity of sensation, but there's also that equal amount of ease to where you can stay perfectly relaxed. And maybe you need to come away from the intensity just a little bit so you can stay at ease. And notice how it allows that intensity to melt away. So this time we'll do this next round, we'll do the exact same thing, except instead of moving into the intensity toward the center of it, we're going to stay out here on the edges of it, and we'll just feel around the edges of it by making little micro movements around the edges. And as those edges become fuzzy, we'll move in a little closer toward the center of sensation. And as that sensation, again, those edges become fuzzy, we'll move closer and closer towards whatever's in the middle. Okay? So again, let the eyes close. And as you exhale, again, let the chin drop down toward the chest. And this time allow the head and neck to move in the opposite direction. Slow, gentle movements, feeling for that first area of restriction, soreness, tightness, or maybe even there's some pain there. Again, don't kink the neck. And as soon as you find that spot, stop. Breathe there for a moment or two, and then gently back away from the sensation until you can barely feel it. And now use micro movements. Maybe move the head left or right, lift the chin up or down, twist the head and neck slightly left or right. Feel for that edge of sensation. Begin to feel around the fuzzy edges of sensation. Go slowly so you can be sure you're feeling that fuzzy edge of sensation. And you may find that you're being drawn into that first technique, moving into the really strong sensation. For right now, don't do that. Don't allow that to happen. Stay out on the fuzzy edge of sensation. And as you feel that fuzzy edge soften, move a little deeper into the sensation, but stay on the fuzzy edge, where you can barely tell there's any resistance or soreness. Being so gentle, so loving to this sensation that otherwise you might feel a bit resistant toward. And notice how listening to that gentle edge, your relationship begins to change with it. It's not something to resist. It's not something to avoid. It's something you're actively feeling for. You're allowing that fuzzy edge to guide the movement. Moving right into that sensation. Allowing those fuzzy edges to draw you deeper and deeper into the experience. And as you inhale, allow the head and neck to come back to neutral. And again, feel the effect on head and neck. Now bring all of your attention up to the third eye. Allow all of these released energies to integrate at the third eye. What does that mean? When we get a massage, we're often told to drink a lot of water, flush out the toxins. Well, this tightness in the muscles and joints is just bound up energy. By moving into these areas, using these simple techniques, it releases that energy. We don't want to expel that energy. It's been orphaned, isolated. Instead, we're drawing it toward the third eye, welcoming it home, allowing something that's been cut off, isolated, to become once again part of the whole. Allowing it to rest. As you exhale, let the eyes open. And Jai Bhagwan. This technique can be used in any style of yoga, any yoga practice. As you're holding a pose, just move a little left, a little right. Feel where there's some restriction in the body. Let that restriction guide you deeper into that sensation. It's like the body saying, hey, I need a massage right here. And energy, or rather attention, moving to where that is and allowing the body to give that massage to itself. Releasing what's been held and trapped for so long. See if that makes a difference. See if that begins to release. You've already said this has been releasing on its own, but it seems like it's releasing, almost moving to another area of the body and getting stuck again. So it's there to be released again and again and again. Give these techniques a little try. See if it changes that experience. And let me know how it goes. I would be very curious to hear your report on using this technique. Again and again, Jai Bhagwan.